Welcome to another edition of One Take Only. I'm George Phillips with OilPressure.com. This is my good friend John McClellan. And John, welcome to 2012.
Oh man, it's so great, George. I'm so happy to be here. I've been looking forward to the season, and I think that the testing got us underway pretty good.
Yeah,
a lot of news out of that.
A lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of stuff to go through, and we don't even have any notes, so we're just...
It's one take only.
That's one take only, but we haven't been together since Christmas.
That's right.
And
Santa good to you?
He was, but that's ancient history now. We're heading into Easter now, so it's been a while, but we're glad to be back, and we're just about a little more than a week away from the season coming up. So let's get to it. What do you think? We just had the preseason testing, spring training at Sebring last week. Problems with the Lotus.
Too bad, too.
Yeah, it's a shame. I wouldn't say it's totally unexpected. I was a little surprised that...
it was as bad as it was?
Well, it was as bad as it was, but mainly that, you know, Dragon didn't have any engines first part of the week and only had one second part.
Was that a money problem on Dragon?
Who knows? What they're calling is a contract problem. So we'll just, hopefully it will all be resolved, and things will be a-okay at St. Pete. But it was an issue. But what'd you think about the cars?
I love the cars. I love the cars. I think the cars look great, and I can't wait to see them up close at Barber and hear that turbo.
I am looking forward to the turbo. It's been a while since we've heard turbos. Missed them. I'm not as big a fan of the looks of the car as you are. I know you really like them. I don't like the wide back end on them. I think the front of the car, though, is good looking. I really like the front end of it. From the cockpit forward, I think it's a beautiful car. I don't even mind the little end plates that they put on the side pods. Some people are complaining about that. My only complaint is the those big bulbs in front of the rear wheels.
You know what? I saw some really good placement of advertising on those. Look good.
See, I don't like that.
Oh.
I like just, you know, I think like Will Power's car, they're just black. It kind of disguises them a little bit. The
Will Power. What about Will Power this past week?
Well, what about him? He didn't do. I mean, he was there. I mean, he was consistent, but he wasn't fastest. I don't think, was he?
No, he wasn't fastest.
Yeah, I think, who was it? Was Hunter Ray fastest the first day?
Yeah, Hunter Ray had put in a great test.
And then Elio was fastest the second day.
Elio.
And then it was Dixon.
Oh, I like Dixon.
So, but the Target cars had that big target on the...
Oh, I thought that was great. Oh, I thought it was good. Way to go, Chip.
And
good call.
The RC car I thought that was an ugly car. I thought everything about that scheme was ugly. Kanan's car. I mean, I love Kanan. I'll pull for that car.
That's just Barrichello. Now he's got a good looking car.
He's got a really
good
looking car.
Kanan with that neon and.
Well, they toned it down some. Maybe they'll tone it down a little bit more.
I hope so, because that's the car I want to see this year. I want to see TK get the 500.
He might. I mean, it's going to be wide open. I mean, it's even because it's going to be the very first oval. So I think it's going to be a wide open Indy 500. But we've got what, 4 races between now and then.
We're going to Brazil too.
Going to Brazil. Got what is it? St. Pete, then Barber. That we're going to.
I can't wait.
We're going to do one take only from Barber.
From Barber. We might even get one of the drivers and talk to us.
And well, don't make promises you can't keep. But then we got Long Beach, and Brazil, and then the month of May.
I can't wait. And I'm going to tell you, the month of May always has me going. TV coverage with NBC Sports Network for the time trials and all that.
Don't know yet. I don't know if that's been announced yet. I'm hoping they will, because Versus did a great job with that, with pretty much wall-to-wall coverage of both days of qualifying.
Excellent.
I'm assuming that NBC Sports Network will be continuing that. A little sad to see. Well, I was very sad to see Lindy go. Lindy's still part of racing. She's signed on with Ed Carpenter as his, I guess, title is Director of Social Media. But I like Lindy.
I think that NBC ought to put Sarah Underwood in there.
Who?
Sarah Underwood. She is a really top character and personality on their G4 station.
I've never heard of her.
Oh, she's hot.
Who is
I
she?
think, oh, she's great. Well, she was also former Playmate of the Year.
Oh, so that's why you, okay.
No, she said, listen, you watch her on G4, and you'll like her too.
Do I even get G4?
Yeah, you get G4.
I don't
know. Everybody, you don't get it. I get it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, back on track. You mentioned the turbos, and what do you think about the movie Turbo?
Oh, I think that's going to be great. I love all those.
They
movies.
have really aligned themselves with some heavy hitters. You know, DreamWorks. That's Steven. Good God. That's Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Is DreamWorks, and
that was also Shrek was out of there.
yeah, Jerry Seinfeld's The Bee Movie. That was part of that, and the good thing about them is they make it appealing to kids, but they throw in a lot of adult humor in there. You know, G-rated adult humor. But
yeah, but I love Shrek.
I think that it's got the potential to be really big for the series, and I think once again, kudos to Randy Bernard for aligning that thing, because as far as I know, that came out of nowhere. I'd never heard anything about it. So.
Hey George, what about using some taped voiceovers from Tom Carnegie in the film? Would that be cool?
Yeah, but I think that's up to them.
Okay, but I mean, still, that's a great idea.
Okay.
I saw that somewhere today.
All right. What kind of shirt you wearing here?
Well, today I'm wearing the Chip Ganassi shirt, and the reason I'm wearing it is that pay tribute to Dario Franchitti and the team, and the good year he put in. And it was a tight race. He won it. It was tough throughout the year. Also, this shirt too is from the championship of 2003, and it's one that was given to Tara Reid. Tara Reid, she's a big Indy fan. I know you're out there, Tara. Shout out. She was Tara Reid is another. She was in American Pie. He does not get it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, shout out.
And John, if you hadn't noticed, we're back at my house. We were in John's house one time. That was it. I don't think I was welcome out there.
Oh, so, yes, yeah.
But we're back at my house, and John brought his AJ Foyt 67 winner, the Coyote. Love it.
That's my favorite car.
That is a beautiful model. My favorite car is one that you're going to have some other time, the Vukovic fuel injection special,
which was a 14.
Yes, it was, and so Tony Stewart's doing the 14 well. But anyway. So I know we haven't turned the wheel in anger yet, but who do you like for not only Indianapolis 500? I know who you're cheering for.
Yeah, I'd like to see Tony Kanaan.
But who do you think will win the Indianapolis 500? These aren't binding picks, by the way. And
how the season is going to go.
How the season is going to
go. Okay,
well,
George, you know that I always have like about 4 picks for the Indianapolis 500. That way I can pretty much stay in it. It's such a big field. But I'm going to pull for TK. I tell you what, I think Rubens Barrichello would be really cool.
He won't win.
Okay, but still,
that's his first oval in his life.
You know, that oval though, that big old oval plays like a road course.
Now I do realize that if you do want to argue with what I just said, Nigel Mansell in '93, remember he crashed at Phoenix in practice, so his very first oval of his life was where? Indianapolis 500, and he was leading late in the race. If it not for a bad restart late in the race, when he was leading and he ended up third, he could have won that race.
I recall in 1966, Graham
Hill.
Graham Hill, yeah, Graham Hill won.
Yeah, but you got to realize that the entire field crashed in front of him on the first lap.
Okay,
so it's a 500 win.
Right.
And it doesn't have an
okay,
extra
now back to it though. Will Power, he's going to be in it. I think that'll be fun.
For the season or Indy?
No, Indy.
Okay.
We're talking Indy first, now go season. Which I think Will Power's going to be in it for the season, and I do think that this is a do or die for your guy Elio.
I think you're right. I wrote about that last week. Yeah, he needs to at least be competitive. I think he's getting old, and he had a horrible year last year. First year ever since he's been with Penske that he didn't have at least one win.
Also, the thing about it, I think, is that he's got to win the 500 or the series, one or the other. And this would be his last year.
I don't know that I would go that far. I mean, I don't think it's do or die, but I think he's got to be competitive. I think he's got to be he's got to be in the running for the championship going into the last race.
There's a lot of good young drivers out there too.
Yeah, there are, and Hunter Ray is coming of age.
I'm sorry, Hunter Ray's the other one I got. I got Hunter Ray. He's going to be in it. Andretti's over their stuff. They got.
He didn't qualify last year.
I don't care. These are all new cars. Hey, he's done well. He did real well.
Well, he did win a race.
Yeah.
Of course, that was a screwy race.
And he looked good last week. I think he's going to be in on it on the 500. He's one of my picks. He's my boy. I like Ryan Hunter Ray a lot. Let's see. That'll do me. I'll take that for. Scott Dixon too. I'm Scott Dixon.
So you pretty well just covered
I got
the whole.
four. No, those are my four.
Okay.
Those are my four.
So no Dario.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you'll take him too?
No, I'm not going to take Dario. But I like you, Dario. I know you're watching.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Of course he is. Hey, well, George, okay, what about the season now? What do you think?
Of course, my heart says go with Penske. I mean, look at 3 out of the 4 preseason days, spring training days, were Penske Ganassi.
Right.
Ganassi was strong, and I think Thursday, Friday days last week gave us a better indication of the strength of the engines because you had KV and the Chevy going up again head-to-head against Ganassi and the Honda. I don't know what spring training times tell you. Probably nothing, but the Honda certainly looked strong in the last 2 days.
Well, you knew the Honda was going to be strong. There is one team, though, that I think is going to surprise everybody. Maybe not. Maybe people already have this team on the radar, but that's KV. They've got the goods, and now I think they've put together the complete team. They've got the money. Vassar and Kevin Kalkoven, good guys. They want to win, and they're loyal to their staff.
And they have, I mean, getting Barrichello was a coup.
Right.
And also, and I mentioned this about Kanaan, do not underestimate him getting back together with his engineer Eric Cowden.
Okay.
That is a pairing that I think is going to be paid major dividends as the season goes on. But John, final thoughts? We're
okay.
Clicking on down with time.
Well, I tell you what, I think this year more than any, and I've looked forward to these years, past several years, really with a lot of enthusiasm. But this year, there's a little bit more enthusiasm.
Oh, there's a lot of enthusiasm.
I'm excited about what's going on. Welcome, Rubens. Go KV. Tony Kanaan, Ryan Hunter Ray, let's go, big man.
Yeah, Andretti is going to be.
Andretti's going to be there.
It's the big 4 now.
That's right.
And of course,
that's right. You were coming down on me about they didn't do the 500. That's the big 4. I agree with that. I think it's the big 4. That's right. All right, you.
All right. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up. We are going to be back with you in, what's that, about 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. We're going to do the pre-barber show, and then we'll do the barber show.
Well, I don't know if we're going to do 2. We're going to do at least 1. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on down there. But anyway, for John McClellan, I'm George Phillips with OilPressure.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you down the road.